Welcome back to Cantina Customs. This episode is part one of a three-part series entitled The Fast and the Furious Mos Eisley Drift. In each episode, I'll showcase one of my three custom Mos Eisley Landspeeders. Now, technically, there are four additional unique Landspeeders in the Mos Eisley street and alleyway scenes: the Mobquet A-1 Floater Deluxe, the Sorsub V35 Courier, the Ubrikian 9000 Z001, and the Void Spider TX3, but I've only made customs of three of them thus far. I don't have a Void Spider model kit yet. So part one will cover the Mobquet A1 Deluxe Floater Landspeeder. So let's get with it and go Speed Racer go. The Mobquet Landspeeder from the ILM original blueprints is a cylindrical speeder with engine pipes on each side and tail fins at the rear, at least on the blueprint design. Although I'm confident that ILM only built one model, there are actually two A1 Deluxe Floater Landspeeders seen in Mos Eisley. The first one is parked outside of the Cantina, and the second one sits under an arch at the Landspeeder sales lot. The A1 speeder in front of the Cantina has a red underbelly and trim paint details, while the A1 speeder at Eisley's sales lot does not. Also, from behind the scenes photos, you can see that ILM did not construct the tail fins, and they reversed the engine pipe designs from the blueprints. The picture in the middle is a behind the scenes photo of the Mos Eisley Cantina, where you get more of a bird's eye view angle of the A1 speeder, and as you can see, there are no tail fins on the back. Now, I'm not sure if the picture on the bottom right is an untouched original or if it's been enhanced, but this is the best image I could find online of the A1 speeder. I found an A1 Deluxe Floater STL file on Colts 3D and had a local vendor, Lolly and Pop Studio, print the speeder for me. Now, Lolly and Pops did an excellent job. The print lines are very fine and the quality feels like a factory produced toy. And I've got a link to their Facebook page in the description below. Now, in hindsight, though, I wish I would have chosen a different STL file for them to print, because the one that I chose has the engine pipes connected to the chassis, which made it a pain to paint the red belly details and also to paint those pipes. Also, as you'll see, the seat design does not allow a modern figure to fit inside with the canopy closed all the way. And then one other minor detail is that the trim lines on this file are raised edges when the actual prop has recessed trim body lines. So I think I would have preferred whatever STL file Hole in the Ground Productions used as the basis for their model, or an STL file similar to their product. Lolly and Pops also threw in a transparent canopy, and I sanded it down with 600 grit wet dry sandpaper. I even used some of that headlight paste on it to smooth out the print lines, and it helps some, but if you want a true clear canopy, it would probably be better to do a clear resin cast pour. Once I glued the engine tail fin section to the main body, I spray painted the speeder with a satin white spray paint. Now, originally I tried masking off the top section and the engine pipes to spray paint the bottom fire engine red, but the masking around the pipes allowed for some overspray, so I ended up just hand painting the red underbelly, the fins, and the engine sections. The stand was printed in a dark gray, so I didn't add any paint to that section whatsoever. I spray painted the white canopy with deep turquoise gloss spray paint, and then I hand painted the interior in a light gray and gave it a subtle wash. Now, I didn't add any color details to the interior. I just like to keep the interior kind of simple, just do a wash to bring out some of those sculpting details. I also hand painted the engine pipes and the rear thruster in a color called pavement, and then I weathered the body with various techniques like dry brushing the pipes. I used a cotton swab with some of that pavement paint to dirty up the rear. I did some silver dry brushing to make it look like some of the paint is scraped off, and then I topped the entire body with a coat of oiled earth wash. And as you can see, the seat is ill-designed. Even with a basic size figure like Greedo, the canopy will not sit all the way down if you have a figure inside. A better design would have been a lower seat and maybe even back-to-back seats like the Snow Speeder to allow two figures to sit inside. This Mobquet A-1 Deluxe floater speeder is going to sit on display in front of my HasLab Cantina. So basically, it's just going to be a glorified diorama piece. Now, overall, I'm very satisfied with how the paint turned out, but for any customizers that have not built an A1 speeder yet, I would recommend either buying the model from Hole in the Ground Productions or finding an STL 3D print file similar to Hole in the Ground's model that has the engine pipes unattached, a deeper seating area, and the recessed trim body lines. Well, that's it for part one of the Fast and the Furious Mos Eisley Drift. Check out parts two and three for my other two custom Mos Eisley land speeders. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and as always, thanks for watching.